Welcome to the MoChill Zone Podcast with Mott's and Chili. Today, the boys sit down with DJ Loot, the iconic Sacramento producer.
Welcome to the MoChill Zone with your boy Mott
And Chili.
And today, I have a very, very special guest. And today, I'm going to introduce this person because it's an old friend of mine, someone I looked up to, someone that's done major things, not only from here all the way to the Bay. Y'all just got to. This is DJ Loot. Give it up for him, y'all. Yes, woo! The one and only, the legend, baby. The legend.
Show me these beers too.
Yes,
these are good.
sir.
This is not an endorsement for him, but these Brother Thelonious, these are nice.
Yes. Brother Thelonious. I mean, you can't get better than Thelonious Monk and Brown Amber Ale.
Right. But shout out. If y'all want to give us a sponsorship, we good with that too.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
yeah. Sponsorships are always welcome.
Definitely. So, Luke, man, pleasure to see you, man. Brother, nice to see you, man.
Yeah.
Tell the people, first off, about you, some of the things you've done. I'm going to get back into the history, but give them a little bit about Luke.
So, over the years, I've added more and more to what I am and what I do, but initially, producer, audio engineer, focused on recording, mixing, mastering, and producing beats for artists, primarily hip-hop, pop, R&B. Later on, I've added, or more recently, I've added radio show host, as well as just a musician myself, putting out EDM singles and various music of my own. But nice. I still am one of the go-to folks in Northern California for the studio services.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he's got the fire beats.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go way back when. So I've known you for quite some time.
Since 1800s?
Yes, the 1800s. Way back when. Why you don't tell about age now, man?
Since the 1900s.
Oh, man, since 1900. Good Lord, man, you know. But no.
The former century.
So please, back in Oroville, way back when, and one of your first projects you've done, and can you talk a little bit about that? And since then, like, some of the things you've done over the years, I mean, so many people you've worked with, I don't even want to get into history, and you guys don't, I don't know if you guys can see this right now, but it's just a
Sac Report
magazine. So, and we will have this up on our website. We'll talk more about it, but I would tell it's just so many things he's done. So we're going to share that later in the cast. But please.
Well, you met me about 10 years into what I consider my profession portion of me being a musician. I played stuff forever, saxophone, piano, all that. About the mid-90s, I started DJing. Now, it's DJ Loot, but I actually haven't DJed since the mid-90s. That's I was doing rave music,
right?
Hardcore techno and all that. Then I got a hold of a beat machine and started making beats, and a friend of mine started writing just horrible lyrics. Started rapping. Everyone's rapping at that time.
Yeah.
All the white rappers are coming out in the woodwork.
It's funny,
late 90s. And then, that wasn't for me, but I kept making beats. And then ended up going to Chico State and pursuing they had the recording arts program there. So I'd already been tinkering around, recording some folks on a little Fostex 8-track kind of thing.
Yeah, right.
But so I got the degree and paired that with me kind of learning on my own. Started out with an artist by the name of Frank C, which to this day I still work with. This is 2003. Started doing that. So 2003 is when I started being a service, the studio services for other folks. But it was not studio level. It was I was mixing with that little portable recorder hooked up to my car stereo. I was mixing on that.
Wow.
The places we start, right?
Yeah.
So fast forward a little bit, he introduces me to Shaughnessy, still working with him after all these years.
Nice.
Then
moved to Sacramento in 2009, met Speedball of Grown Ass Gangstas.
Yep. Shout out, ill-fated,
Speedball.
also Technicrew.
Of Technicrew fame. With Speedball came a bunch of folks, including Don Ciongolini 4000. From there, he brought in a bunch of features, including San Quinn, Gold Toes came through and brought all the Thiz Latin guys. And that, in about late 2009, is when it really started. I'm meeting everybody.
Right.
Nice.
I met Holotip. I mixed and mastered his entire catalog since 2009. Then I started meeting folks with Brother Lynch Hung's label, Cali Bear Gang, Devious the One and Only. Just wrapped up a project with Mr. Politician. So all the folks in that circle.
Right.
So then Speedball introduces me to you when I start working with this group, Lyrical Vision, that doesn't exist anymore. Just things happen.
Right.
I'm still working with Real Vision.
Okay.
He's doing his solo thing, but that's when you and I met, and you did a song or a couple of songs
I
with
did a
everything.
couple vocals, yeah.
Yeah, you did some vocals on one.
Right.
And I still have it. I'll have to let you hear it.
Yeah, that's shot. Wow, that brings back memories, man. It's a long time.
And from that point, like 2011, 2012-ish, man, just people start coming in. The word of mouth has been going for a while at that point. So I'm working with artists like Selly Cell and San Quinn quite a bit. Boss Hogg of the Crest Creepers. Then I moved to the Bay Area in 2016. I had been, by then I'm probably, you look in the folder of artists, probably 1,000 artists I've done. I've probably mixed, produced, and or mastered approaching 30,000 songs over a nearly 30-year career.
Wow.
It's just go, go, go. But I moved to the Bay in 2016. A lot of artists didn't want to come. Like, I get it. You don't want to drive 2-3 hours, deal with the traffic. I was doing remote mixes they'd send me, whatever. But I gained a lot of clients in the Bay Area. And then 6 years later, coming on 3 years ago, moved back to Sacramento. Bought a house in Citrus Heights.
Dope.
And so it's weird because I have a client base, kept a few, new client base. I moved back, and so I'm still in kind of a rebuilding phase. There are people that don't realize I've moved back, and there are some that are like, "Man, you're back! I'm excited."
Right, of course.
But my workflow, it's not at the level it used to be. But I'm working with the right people. Have some new clients, new emerging younger artists.
Great.
I've reconnected with Holotip, for instance. He's going to come next week, get another session. We've been working more. Mr. Fab, just all kinds of folks that have been added to my credits list.
That's great.
Lots of folks. And here we are. JDK to Underboss. We're working on his next album. I am street team for the Sac Report magazine, so been working tough with him since about 2012. Everything of his since that time period, I think it's his entire catalog is all mixed, mastered by me. So.
Dope, man. And so, you guys both share something interesting too. You guys went to the same college, right? Sac State?
No, you went to Chico.
Chico. Okay.
I was born in Chico, though.
Ah, nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
Chico. Okay.
Oroville, but half my time back and forth. It's
for
Chico.
sure. Yeah. North State.
Got my one and only DUI in my life in Chico.
Oh, fun.
No, I used to. We don't even want to get into all that. I'm talking Chico.
Yeah.
You gotta know. You already know.
Well,
I have stories, but that's for another show.
If y'all know about Chico, you know.
Yeah, those who know, just know. You already know.
At a certain time.
Certain times down there. Man, with all the stuff that you do, and you got into producing, you do.
Yeah,
okay. Do. But all the things that you've done and accomplished and everything, what do you say out of the producing? I mean, you do everything else. What's been like one of your most, I want to say like extraordinary moments you can remember with somebody that you have, like it stands out for you?
Oh.
So you have so many of them. So I mean, you know what I mean?
Being able to be trusted by like more known artists with my work to then be going to like with the Thiz Latin folks.
Gotcha.
Going to the car shows and being in those circles. I'm like this random guy but I happen to have a skill set. Now I'm hanging out with I love Bone Thugs and Harmony. I got to meet Lazy Bone. Lazy Bone. I'm like, I got a picture of him. So it's like, that for me was like, hey, because I'm working hard for these folks and they're bringing me along to things, I get to experience things like that.
That's
great. There's just one of many folks I've met and I'm trying to think of some other. Well, okay, so that's just one thing on that level of being introduced into circles and being able to mingle and meet folks I like. But also, first time I was able to hear something that I produced randomly driving down the road.
Right.
Not just like a random person. Like,
nice.
that wasn't the artist. That's somebody. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I forgot what song and who and whatever, but that, and I think a lot of artists share that kind of that hype moment. It's like,
For sure.
wow, random public's playing my stuff. And
That's awesome.
Do you remember your first song? Like the very first song you ever did? You ever actually made, wrote, produced? Like you actually your very first song? Can you remember that?
as far as like producing somebody else.
No, you.
Oh,
Your
my
very first song.
stuff.
Yes, your very first song. Do you remember that?
Something that's out that's like, okay, not just like tinkering around where I'm like
Your
throwing
very
it away.
first song. Your very, whether good, bad, or indifferent. Do you remember your very first song? If you do, what was it?
I can't think of what it was. It was in a bunch of songs we were messing around with.
Mm-hmm. Or how about your first complete song?
First
that you actually put out?
song. It was probably when I was doing a bunch of my own self-produced rock music.
Okay.
Starting in 2001.
Okay.
Nice.
It was Sea of Misery.
Sea of Misery.
Sea of Misery. And I still have the recordings, and what I want to do is I had a bunch of rock songs I did where I played all the instruments, overdub, record guitar and then drums and all that. And they're not great quality audibly. I want to shop these songs around to have bands do their versions of these.
Yeah,
They're all
nice.
copyrighted, ready to go. But
Nice.
Sea of Misery was the first song that I completed.
Okay.
And that led me, it was just me, can I do a rock song? Because I play guitar and bass and a few things. But that prompted me to do like 25 more in this little couple of year phase of
Nice.
doing that.
Dope, man.
Most recently, the newest addition to what I'm doing is some house and EDM. I've been putting out a lot of that electronic dance music.
I
Cool.
like it.
Fast forwarding from what the first thing that had me in a little phase, but that stuff is very marketable.
It is.
Is
man.
it?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, oh yeah. You all around the world, people be playing that kind of music.
you go in the mall, it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you hear that stuff everywhere,
For sure. For sure.
and it's not difficult to produce. I mean, I guess all music has its attributes, whatever, but it's to me easier than a lot of other genres.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Michael, do you have questions? I know you have your number of questions you like to ask.
Yeah.
Because especially, I was going to ask all the instruments, but I'll let Michael ask.
No, I usually ask everybody.
Yeah.
We have a lot of MCs now. Ask them their Mount Rushmore of MCs. But seeing as you're a producer, I would like to know your Mount Rushmore of producers.
Well, Dr. Dre,
Yeah.
Shout out, by the way.
Timbaland is another favorite.
Yeah. Awesome.
I would say Tracks a Million is another
Yeah. I love
absolute
tracks.
favorite.
Don't mess around and start
And-
catching fillions.
And then, I mean, that's in the realm of the beat makers, but
Yeah.
Quincy Jones.
Sure.
Because now that's the thing. A lot of folks say producer, they think beat maker,
Right.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
composer and or arranger.
Right.
That's what a beat maker's doing.
Yeah.
Some producers
Don't do that.
don't.
Yeah.
They simply guide. They don't play a damn instrument.
Yeah.
They just guide the project. So,
For sure.
well, I mean, Quincy Jones did a lot of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
So,
of
yeah.
course.
But,
Absolutely.
so he's in there.
That's great. That's a good list. Do you have just while we're at it, do you have a Mount Rushmore for MCs?
Oh, you're gonna have Tupac in there. I'm gonna put Busta Rhymes in there.
Nice.
I'm gonna put Naughty by Nature if we're gonna
Okay.
solo or group.
Yeah, that's cool.
do you
Hey, how
think-
you want to do it?
Because they influenced a lot of folks.
For
Absolutely.
sure.
I've been to concerts.
I'll tell you what,
Shout out to Trek.
I gotta put maybe Cube in there.
Yeah, Cube's dope, man.
Because I like him as an artist, but his writing and
For easy.
wrote all that stuff.
And a
He's
lot
just
of
in
people,
there.
a lot of people behind the scenes he's wrote for too. You just didn't, people
Yeah.
don't know that. So shout out to Cube, man. Yeah, definitely.
I'd say Busta Rhymes because he's just, he's one of my all-time favorites.
Oh, yeah.
So
So good. We saw him a couple
Yeah.
years ago. It was amazing.
Buster, Buster's, man. Every show I've seen Buster at, he's rocked it, and that's just dope, man. He's dope. He definitely gets the party hype.
Yeah. Good list.
Yeah.
Good list. What got you into music in the first place?
music, well, my mom, for instance, she will talk about how I was like 2 years old or something, and how kids will go up and start banging on the piano keys. My grandma had the piano, 2 of them actually, one she inherited from her aunt or something. So, but I, as a 2-year-old, would be in there, not Mozart by any means or whoever, a pianist, but I would be coming up with little things, and I'd remember them, and I'd play them again, little basic dumb 2-year-old melodies. But But I had just that little molecule of something beyond just banging away on it, making noise. So fast forward to 6th grade, I get into the school band, which was not the cool thing to do at that time.
I imagine.
No, I was in band play. I don't know what made me choose alto saxophone.
Oh, no.
But from 6th grade to now, that's my primary instrument, and I have been incorporating it into a lot of, even some of my EDM songs. I'm playing some sax leads and stuff, which is electronic music doesn't have to be completely electronic.
No.
I put some interesting stuff into it.
That's awesome.
But yes, the saxophone for years, and then one day I picked up a guitar. I don't know, it was like 16 or so. So do you know who Jeff Healey is?
Oh, of course.
Okay. Some folks don't.
We did in our band
So,
actually, right?
so what I ended up doing is, for some dumb reason, I took this guitar and laid it across my lap and figured out how to self-taught and play it like that.
No way. That's
It's
great.
wild.
Dope,
And I tried to learn properly, and no.
No.
Don't fix it if it's not broken. And I had my own. And I'm not phenomenal. I'm not Jeff Healey level of ability. R.I.P. Jeff Healey.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But I can do enough to add to something I'm working on. So,
That's cool, man.
guitar, and then I just started messing with other instruments. Took up trumpet and just a little bit. I even bought a cheap, like, little $100 trombone from Guitar Center.
Nice.
Played it for a couple weeks. Now just sit. If you recall it, when you go, you're going to see all these instruments there. I even have the Roland electronic drum set, which I've added some drums to stuff. But
okay.
I kind of gave up on trying to really become a drummer because I'm such a woodwinds so you're doing this and this, but suddenly you have to do feet and hands. It's like
it's a lot.
and I get it. The repetition will make you better at anything, but I don't have time for that. I know drummers.
I know. Yeah, exactly.
Or there's the program Superior Drummer.
Yes.
I've used that on a lot of stuff.
Yes. How about this? I got another Mount Rushmore for you. Saxophone players.
I don't really know any. I literally do not
That's funny.
know any.
Sean Rayford.
Yeah,
locally.
I just...
Shout out Sean Rayford. You know what I mean?
Bill Clinton?
Yeah.
No, he's the only... Literally, that's my instrument. See, I was a sheet music person for, like, up until a few years ago when I started.
Okay.
I went to look at my sheet music. I hadn't played in 10 years or so, and then I picked it up. I'm like, I'm just I need to really reconnect with this. I have to dedicate to get back to where I was with it, playing, reading. So I just started playing along with some of my beats. Now I'm sure I could get the sheet music reading back, but I've just been more improv and just what key am I in? Is playing.
Nice.
A lot of sax solos on folk songs. Some of my hip hop and R&B clients.
Great.
It's like, oh, you play saxophone? Yeah, I just add a little bridge in the song, make it into a real song.
I love some of my favorite artists of all time were saxophone players. Charlie Parker, John Coltrane.
I hate that I don't know any saxophone.
Those are old
Literally
school,
just
jazz. I'm a big jazz fan.
And I love jazz.
Oh, do you? Okay.
My favorite genre is the 30s and 40s big band stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Literally,
Sure.
I am a rap and pop music producer, and you just put me listening to, especially, and Oroville had Kiwi 1340 AM. That's where I got the love for big band jazz.
Nice.
I was tuning around. I fell in love with the genre, but it was the authenticity. That was the medium to hear it back in the day when radios, we didn't have nice high fidelity stereo FM. It was AM. And
that recording quality was better going out over AM than it was actually recording it to vinyl, like at that time.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
100%.
Like then obviously recording took off.
Of course, man, that's what made things different. So you've done so many amazing things and everything, and worked with so many people. Do you got any? You want another beer, by the way? You good?
I'm gonna stick with this one.
Okay, you're good. All right. All right. But you've done so many amazing things. What are some people that you want to work with that you haven't worked with yet? You haven't worked with yet.
Absolutely. Well, I could say from the standpoint of every possible mainstream artist that I can.
We know that.
But my
don't
personal
give us that kind of answer,
okay.
of course. Yeah.
I'll get that answer out of the way because
Okay.
that's everyone's. But
Absolutely.
Yeah.
number one, and when the two artist groups, whatever, that got me listening to hip hop genre were Two Live Crew and Too Short, and I have not done anything for Too Short yet.
For sure.
Definitely
Shout
on my
out.
radar. Definitely,
Short,
and
holla.
I know everybody that knows him, and I've been.
Yeah.
I haven't had the chance to meet him, but yeah, I wore out the Short Dogs in the House.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
That
trust me,
thing
we all
out.
wore that. We all wore that out.
Yeah.
I guarantee that.
Short but funky.
If you live
All
around
time
this
favorite
area.
song of his.
Yeah, that's a dope song too, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Dope song, man. Shout out to Too Short, by the way.
So yeah, Too Short. As far as a mainstream person, I think it would be cool to work with Post Malone.
Nice.
I have been digging Post Malone since I
Dope, man.
checked it. I can't think of the title of his album, the one from like 2017.
Oh yeah.
The one that had choices on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was that the name of the album?
I
No,
don't
it
remember.
wasn't the name of the album.
No, and I don't want to get you to tell the wrong one, so I don't know. Y'all tune in. Let us know what the number one.
That'd
we
be
forget.
kind of cool to do something with Post.
Nice.
Well, when I could say specific big mainstream folks.
How about locally? How about some local cats that you have that haven't worked
Local.
with locally that haven't worked with? Maybe like even the Bay. You know, it could be California. California. Let's say that.
Oh, another personal favorite, MC8.
Oh, yeah. Shout out, by the way. Yeah.
That We Come Strapped, I wore that thing out too. I think that
Nice.
I probably broke the cassette that I initially had before I got the CD. I had a whole cassette collection and someone stole it out of my little red Honda. Was it the red Honda? There's a tan one. Anyway, and it's like, well, I guess I'm just going to start buying CDs now.
Yeah.
But yeah, MC8. Another that one of my favorite moments. Okay, getting back to a favorite moment.
Okay.
So there's this album by Celly Cell, Dirty Mind. He had me replay, not sample, but replay some famous songs.
That's dope.
The beats.
Yeah,
So
of course.
remake the beat just a little different so you didn't get in trouble.
Absolutely.
And
They all do it anyway, so.
oh no, you know what? I'm sorry, it's not on that album. It's on his Morphine album.
Okay.
On his Morphine album, it's a song that one of my all-time favorites, just under Too Short as far as wearing their dang albums out, Spice One.
Oh,
And so what he ended up doing is he did a song, Expiration Date, that he got Spice One and Trey the Truth on.
Whoa.
And on a beat that he and I co-produced. So for me, that was another moment. But Spice One would be somebody that I'd want to do something for, like his, not him being on like Celtics
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah. That's cool.
That's dope, too.
Another awesome one was when I did an album with San Quinn where he had me sample a bunch of famous songs and go that route, and he got Daz Dillinger on one of them.
Okay.
So yeah, Dog Pound.
Mm-hmm.
But again, that would be nice to do something with Daz as far as like producing something for him, not him as the feature.
For sure. Heck yeah. How about, I wanted to know how you made the transition from playing sheet music to producing beats. Because it seems like that's a different side of the brain.
Most people don't always transition to that, by the way.
Let's see, what was the first thing I got that... I actually had this program called Hammerhead Rhythm Station.
Okay.
It had, you could input like 6 little wave files. It was just this basic little, I used it to make some techno music. And I was composing, I was creating techno when I was DJing techno in 95 and 96.
Okay.
Got it.
So from there, I'm figuring out how to MIDI compose beats, in a sense, different type of beat. But then I ended up getting the Boss DR202 drum machine, so I started figuring that out. I had some weird, what was it, a Yamaha PSR 500 keyboard, music keyboard, but it wasn't MIDI. I was actually playing stuff and it wasn't quantized at all.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah.
no,
For
I was old school, for sure.
I just, music is a natural thing for me. So it just came about. There wasn't a transition from being a primarily melody-based sheet music reading musician to just, I got it. It
I guess
clicked.
it was always there since you're a kid, tinkering with that creativity.
Okay, so you're obviously you're married. So does your wife do music with you? Does she inspire you at all?
Well, I mean, of course she inspires me.
I
know. I'm messing with you. No, she does not. She doesn't do music at all. No music. Although I think she said if she would want to play something, it would be violin.
That's cool. What's up?
Who doesn't want to play violin?
Yeah.
Violin's a neat instrument.
It is.
But no, I'm the music person. Her dad, when we bought the house, he went in with us, and so he plays a little guitar. Actually, he has a song that he wrote that I still need to record.
Oh, nice.
It's a good song.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man.
But no, I'm the music guy. My brother is probably the all-time greatest undiscovered blues guitarist in his 40s on Earth right now.
Wow.
He blows away even some of the legends. I will say that, Josh.
Heck yeah.
Josh
Wow.
Josh.
Got to
he's
get him
that
on
guy.
the show.
Definitely.
So blues guitar, yeah,
Yeah.
that could be cool.
That's my
I
favorite genre.
Can't forget my dad. Maybe that's where I get it from. My mom actually, she never got to achieve her dream, but she could sing country.
Wow.
She's a country
I
singer.
love country, so.
But my dad, probably one of the best guitarists you'll ever hear, that undiscovered, that never hit the big time to be heard.
Wow.
And his drumming's even better. He is the drummer of all.
God.
I'm not just because it's my parents or anything or my relatives. I'm not talking these folks up. They blow people's minds when you hear them. So,
dope,
so it's in my family.
Yeah.
It's there.
So it's always been there, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my wife doesn't play or sing anything. But she enjoys my music.
That's good. That's good.
Better.
So you've done over 30,000 songs.
Around there. That's what I estimate.
I'm in different projects now. You got any new stuff you're coming out with soon? Now, new project coming out with, and who are some of the people you're working with? Can you share that with?
My steady, consistent folks that I'm working with include Mr. Politician that I mentioned earlier. We just spent a couple of years working pretty much after I moved back in late 2023.
Yeah, because I was tracking for you a little bit.
No, 2022.
I didn't know you moved. Because I lost track for you a little bit.
So Mr. Politician and I put a lot of work into his new album. There are a pair of brothers, like actual blood brothers. Yes. Kid Aries and Ratchet Boy.
Okay.
And they're in their early 20s. They're in that prime age that we've been working about the same amount of time. Sure. They have like a modern type of sound. They do a lot of melodic rapping and kind of more on the singing kind of level, but just amazing. I think they're going to be the next thing that I've worked with that is going to, with the right amount of it's all about promo. You can be the best ever. If Tupac never had promo behind him, no one would know it. Sometimes the promotion is, and sometimes garbage gets promoted. I think Kid Aries and Ratchet Boy are going to, with the right promo and building a fan base, we're going to do well. Hollow Tip has been getting active with me again. He's always been active. That's
cool. Shout out Hollow Tip.
He probably has the biggest catalog of any of your, say, SIBO, Lynch, X-Rated. X-Rated's got a lot of projects. I actually mastered one of his albums in like 2014. His manager hit me and so he's on my resume. But yeah, Hollow Tip I think has the most catalog, albums upon albums.
Wow. How many do you think?
Boy. around 20.
Wow.
Although there is one person that I have mixed and mastered 28 albums for.
Wow.
Reese Loke. 28 albums.
That's a lot, man. Shout out to you. That's cool.
Shaughnessy, I've done about 1,000 songs with.
Wow.
As far as producing he gets beats from me as well as other people, but mixing, mastering, and all that. Shaughnessy, 1,000 songs. That's probably more than that, because that was a figure from a few years ago.
I'm sure Speedball's in there too, right?
Speedball, we did a lot of stuff, but not as much. Probably nowhere near as much as Shaughnessy or any of the other folks. There's somebody else that I've done a lot. Foothill Fam, did a lot with them. But, okay, specific projects, though. Shift gears to that.
Mm-hmm.
I, since 2010, have been putting out compilations.
Oh, okay.
So DJ Luke presents Cali Fire volumes. Now I'm getting ready to release 14.
That's what I'm talking about.
So,
shout out, bro.
Now, that's like 1.2, 1.3 per year. I don't know. I guess that's good math. I don't know. So yeah, 14 of them in. No, that's less than one a year. I tend to load them up with a lot of songs. My biggest compilation, the I-80 Roll Call, artists from here to New York along I-80.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I gotta check that.
That was 37 songs. It was supposed to be 40. Volume 3 and 4, and yes, I pressed up, double disc, was 40 songs. Recently, I said, okay, what sounds more impressive? Volume 14 coming out, or how about volume 50 or something like? So less songs, more volumes.
Gosh.
Problem with it is reaching out to people. Yeah, I'll do a song, and life gets in the way, and they have their beat. And the one guy I've been waiting for a year for him. He was volume 12. He's going to be volume 15 at this point because 14's got to close out.
Right.
These things take way too long. I need to load the world up with these things. So
Sure. And you're producing them all. They're not
every beat, mix, and master is mine. Not necessarily record. There are a couple of songs that somebody else mixed that was for like a competition or something, but hey, I did the beat. So
Yeah.
but for the most part, what you hear is me as far as what you hear.
The creation of it, personally.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dope.
so volume 14 of that, and I'm just going to keep pushing those out. I want to cap them at 15 songs or so. This one ended up being 18.
Getting there.
I believe I'm on one of those.
Because
I'm sure. I think I'm on one of those.
I don't think you are,
No?
because the only thing that you got on with Lyrical Vision, or maybe the Speedball
yeah.
stuff, was not. You're not on one because that was his stuff, or it was mixtape, or it was whatever.
Right. Wow. Then
You're due. You're overdue.
We're overdue for that.
Volume 15. Let's go.
We're overdue for that. That's
Volume
for sure.
15.
Definitely. Shout out.
It's too late for 14. I gotta get it up. But yeah, you're on
15
15.
is even good. I like the 5, so we're cool with that. The 15 is great. That's perfect.
What was I saying about? Oh, it's kind of like the. I remember when Now That's Music Volume 1 came out.
Yeah.
And what are they up to now?
I know. I was about to say you're catching up with them. No, but I think
No,
they're
I'll
up
never
like
catch up with that.
they're like 70 or 80.
Yeah,
I
that's
think.
way up there,
Crazy.
man. Yeah, that's a lot, bro.
Well, but see, they're just grabbing songs.
Yeah,
that
they're not
exist.
producing.
I have to grassroots reach out, and I have my mainstays like Shaughnessy and whoever else, but and I want to incorporate new artists. Volume 6 was people that had not been on anything before that.
Oh, cool.
Volume 7, my requirement for that was that I had to sing the hook on every song.
I got to check that one out. See, that's
So-
what we got to do something because I didn't know this cat sing. Now
Oh,
you tell me this.
I've been singing hooks. I've probably done 200 hooks for various people
love
that are
it,
floating
man.
around.
Nice.
That's good. Have to do a hook for me, man. That's
He's the
awesome.
hook man.
I do make the
Yeah.
distinction that I can sing, but I'm not a singer. There is that distinction. I can do enough to complement certain songs and do whatever, but
That's all you
yeah,
gotta do, though.
I'm not. Even my old rock stuff way back when, it was. I'm not. It wasn't bad. It was just. I'm not trying to be singing like whole songs. I'm not carrying the whole song. No. But hooks though, little 8-bar.
Nice.
Yes.
That's awesome, man. So, where do you see yourself like in the next GG Loot, in the next 5 years, and where do you actually want to? What are you trying to accomplish? You know what I mean? Because I know there's some young cat, a young DJ Loot out there right now. What would you say to him? Who, like, your young self? What would you say to somebody trying to get to where you're doing? Two-part question, so you can answer one how you want to feel it.
okay, folks that want to do the production thing, just initially network, just hand out a few beats here and there, and just you got to give a little bit to build the name up. That's obvious with any sort of especially artistic thing, or you go to a trade school, you do a little internship, but then you start figuring out what you're worth and charge and whatever, and then you're off and running. But networking, number one key thing, and stick to your word. You're gonna accomplish this certain thing, or you're gonna get this batch of work done for somebody. Get it done, because the first time you mess somebody over, then the word is gonna spread, especially as your name gets bigger. And I don't think I've messed anyone up yet or done any bad business. I know I haven't, because I've always made sure to get things done when I say I'm going to. Or, hey, there's a little hiccup, but we always work it out in the end. Future. So, when I said I moved away in 2016, that kind of it was like a couple of steps backward for my presence in Sacramento. Okay, and then coming back, and I'm still in a rebuilding phase, even though I've been established and
Sacramento and rebuilding phase.
How about that?
We're in a perpetual rebuilding phase in Sacramento.
It's kind of like I that's what it is. And there are some other things that happened. Some folks that tried to sabotage me, but that's another day, another story. So momentum. I had a momentum going that kind of did a little different route, and then so now I'm trying to get back into that momentum stage again.
Yeah.
So it's been kind of like a plateau.
Gotcha.
And I don't regret the personal wife and I life moved to the Bay, but yeah, it kind of that momentum it got interrupted. And
well, we can get it again.
So and by adding things like me having a radio show and connecting with other people that are doing things like we're doing right now.
Absolutely.
Getting on at the station and making sure my things are airing. Adding my new break time with DJ Loot at my YouTube channel.
Check it out.
What time it's on.
Oh, it's whenever. Okay, so my radio show is Happy Hour with DJ Loot. That's every Monday from noon to 3. It takes place in Vallejo at Ozcat FM, actual FM radio with an internet feed. And then it's replayed on, what is Kubu's...
Live 365.
Live 365.
It's still they're calling it Kubu.
It's KUBU 965.
Yeah.
Not
Okay,
96.5.
and then the show is replayed the following Monday. Every Monday show is at midnight to 3 a.m. on the following Monday. So...
Y'all make sure to check it out.
Yeah,
check that out.
Technically within the week that it aired originally. So Vallejo, and then break time with DJ Loot. I set up a mic and a chair on each side of it and do a 15-minute average. Some have gone 25 minutes, but 15, 20-minute long Q&A. It has a formula and a vibe to it. Just check it out. DJ Loot 916 on YouTube. That's the channel. But I do that I've done them by the river, the lake, right next to the Tower Bridge in downtown.
Dope, man. That's cool.
We've seen that angle.
We saw that. I like that.
I want to do them in various places. A few have been in the studio at home, but that's something I came up with. My artist Siren, I did a couple of those style videos back in the day, and I thought that would be a good way to help build my YouTube channel. I have radio show, but now I can show visual and have something that's more of a direct question and answer, not like an hour and a half chat on my radio show.
That makes sense.
People get to see it.
You've done so many different things. I know, like, and we were talking about like Choppa, which we did recently.
The real Choppa?
And your real Choppa, and also Goldfingers. You guys, you guys don't know, like
Goldfingers. There are a lot of folks that people are like, how come you've not crossed paths with this person?
You guys, what I want to say is like you guys, you've always been like back in the day. I didn't produce then, and now that I do get into production, you inspired me. One of the people inspired because you were good back then, and I was like, and a good connection. I always wanted to like work with you, and you went away. So like, out of all the times you've actually done everything you've done, producing, writing, singing, where do you get the most enjoyment out of it?
Probably when I working on my own music, because I'm just constantly beats for other artists or custom beats in studio and mix master. When I started doing the house and the EDM stuff, it was me being creative again, personal creative. I'm making something that I want to make. I mean, I want to do all of it, but I'm putting something out that is mine.
Yeah, from the soul.
And also a couple of folks that I've collabed with, Groovy Goddess. She's a DJ and an EDM creator. So she and I have come together on a couple of EDM and house tracks. So Siren doing all the production for her stuff. Those are the things that I find the most fulfilling, where it's my music too.
Yeah, that's great.
Now, can we play like what I would like want to ask now in the beginning? Are we allowed to play any of your music? We can put like some of your stuff you would put into the songs there, some of the things you've done. Anything that we can put out there?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
My catalog is fully available to play whatever, wherever.
Well, because you got so much stuff out there, man. I was like, I wanted the people to know, like, it's really an honor. I really appreciate you because like the fact that you're doing so much stuff in the history, and the fact it's full circle, you come back. And a lot of you guys don't know that this guy's a good. He's dope. We're even taking some of our stuff, and I'm gonna have him do some stuff that we have, and it's really great. I like working with you, man. And what would you say to somebody right now who is out there and don't know about Sacramento or this area? What would you tell them about our area? What's about our area? What's special about our area?
Definitely underrated. Folks that have no clue about California, they think LA and the Bay.
Yeah.
And they don't know about Sacramento, and we've got multi-genre amazing artists here. Any genre you can think of.
Yep.
I've been just even recently, Some Fear None, been playing their stuff on my radio show.
Okay.
Nice.
Some Fear None, love them.
Yeah.
Any genre, name a genre. There's somebody here doing it. Amazing singers. Shout out D-Dub.
Yep.
One of my favorite R&B singers out of Sac.
Nice.
Just haven't talked to him in a long time, but D Hooks. You know D Hooks?
Yeah.
Derek?
I remember
D Hooks.
That was a long time. That's way back, man. What is he doing now?
I don't know. He was in a band or doing something like that. I think the last time I had any communication with him was just a little Facebook message when I was living in Oakland.
Yeah, I know he's in the area still. So
I'm pretty sure he's still here, but he was on some of the Lyrical Vision stuff. He was hanging out with us in Chico. He was out there, had his guitar, and he was busking in Chico State at the Merriam Library. He was out there singing, and Lyrical Vision. We're all just chilling there.
Dope, man.
D Hook's
dope,
one
bro.
of my favorite dudes ever out of Sac.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I have a bunch of stuff that he recorded with me. He and I did a rock song together.
I like that.
And
you remember the song? Come on, can you share?
I have it. It's
We'll play it if you let us.
that would be kind of cool.
No, because I like rock. So I mean,
So what we did one song, and it's something that I started. I played some guitar stuff and drums and all this, and then he added some guitar, and then he wrote and sang the lyrics, and our name is our last names, Lamb and Hooks, so we called ourselves Lamb Hooks.
Nice.
Lamb Hooks.
Nice.
I'd like to do more with him in the rock realm.
My initials,
but
right? Lamb, that's funny.
Lamb Hooks,
Yeah.
and the song was Save Your Soul.
Save your soul, okay. And what you guys don't see is like, I want you guys to see. So you guys see this right here, and we'll have all this up on the website.
Flyer.
The flyer, DJ Lou. Y'all make sure y'all see how y'all can
Check
contact
him out.
Check him out, man. This dude is doing big things, man. Like we can only hope. As MoChill, we work with all these different great artists. We appreciate we working with people like him because it's like you guys, you've been doing it for a long time, man. That's what I like. I appreciate, man. You've been doing it a long time, and you dope. You doing dope stuff. You know what I mean? And you a good person, man. So I'm like, and that's what I love about it, bro. And you're helping a lot of people out there. A lot of people don't know this guy. Y'all, please make sure you know that. Is there anything else you want to get out there to the people before we get you out of here?
You kind of touched on that. You can go to a studio or producer and you get things that but I have the hookup on video people and graphics and publishing and distribution. I go through UL Sounds. People are like, how do I get my music out? DistroKid. You have a bunch of options, but yeah, go to UL Sounds, Unlimited Sounds here in Sacramento. They put out through Sony Orchard, and they work with you on publishing. And so I have all these other resources, other singers, other artists to collab with, any attribute of the industry. And I spend a lot of my own personal time digging into all this. People, shows, radio shows, McYee with her,
Shut up.
all the folks. What was the other?
Davey.
No, I was saying broadcast stuff.
Live.
Just
live.
every aspect once the music is done. And I put a lot of personal time into sending folks the right way for everything. Flyer printing, ISA Media out in Fremont for pressing
That's
CDs
dope,
and flyers.
Nice.
All these extra resources. A lot of folks just, okay, made my money working on your music in the studio, and that's that, and go find your own way.
That's great.
I've turned so many people on to like Hookle and Restream for maximizing your social media posts, and just people never heard of these things. Hookle, you make a post, it spits it out on all your socials all at once, and people are like, dude, you just made my life easier.
Wow.
And I love letting folks know about these things. I
Dope, man.
don't have any
My
ties
ears
to
just
them,
perked up.
Yeah.
I'm like, huh?
No,
Okay, Restream. If you go live with video, restream.io, I think. You connect it. When I go live for whatever, like I'm making a beat or doing my radio show, it spits out my live feed through OBS to my personal and business Facebook, IG, TikTok is tripping again, but my YouTube, IG, and my Twitch, all at once. Same feed, just on all of them.
Nice.
So
That's
all
great.
those things, you come to the studio, we get the work done, I make you sound phenomenal, and unlike my allergies are killing me now.
Tis the
And then I
season.
point
Tis
you
the
in the
season,
direction of things that are going to help you in more ways than I ever could.
Yeah.
Just recording the
So-
song doesn't get you there, folks. You got to have all the other stuff
I
you
love
just talked
sending
about.
folks to the things that are going to Sac Report magazine for getting a page and having folks see you.
Yeah.
That's dope. And shout out to, we're trying to get these guys on here. We're going to push it. We're going to put all this stuff on our website so you guys can see that. That's important, man. It's what you're doing. It's not just doing what we're doing, but also teaching people. And that's it's building a community, man. That's what we're trying to do. Because, you know what I mean? That's awesome, man. I love that. Chili,
Sacramento's glad to have you back.
Yeah, definitely, man. We're definitely glad to have you back. And shout out to Sub-Zero, too. You know, you should be here today.
Always shout out to the real Sub-Zero.
You should be here, bro. You know what I mean? Even though
Part of the family.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Doing a lot of things. So, I don't know, man. Like, I appreciate you. I know Michael, it's the first time you guys met, and you got so many things. You guys are, you know, kindred spirits in a lot of things and everything. And so I appreciate you, brother. And, like, if there's nothing else you get in here, I don't want to keep all your time. I know you got so much stuff to go, man. You a busy cat. But is anything else before you give the people something, a shout out? One thing, one special DJ Loot shout out before you leave. Like
some words of wisdom.
Some words of wisdom.
A yogiism, if you will.
Yeah, man, because you got
You come to a fork in the road, pick it
You
up.
got so much knowledge.
Okay.
I'm putting you on the spot. And
This is something that I have been doing for the past few years. And like right now, my average week between, I do have a supplemental like extra jobs. Just I had some financial disasters, whatever. So with studio and promoting and doing stuff like this, I consider this work, even though it's fun. And the job and sessions, I'm working like 140 plus hours a week.
Damn.
I've been doing that for a few years now because things got out of hand. I'm trying to things out of my control, finances. But with all that, I maintain 1 day a week that I step away from it all. It's my radio show day, so that's still kind of work. The rest of my Monday after radio show, unless it's Busta or Dre coming through, no work.
Good for you.
I drink beer and do VR.
That's what's up, bro.
And
That's
just
what's up.
chill. So you have to do that. Take your time. mine is a scheduled thing, but even if you just need to stop what you're working on, and I mean, unless there's a deadline or something, if the client is cool with it, then I'm just going to go do some photography, nature photography. I'm going to get out and get fresh air.
Yeah.
Again, mine is scheduled, but
That's pretty dope.
take the personal time.
Yeah, Larry.
You'll come back to the work and all the stress.
Why you gonna bust me out?
You'll come back to the stress and the work refreshed, and probably have you'll have a better product or better whatever.
You're right. You're right.
That stress will kill you.
You know what? And you know what? And because everybody's been saying that, I'm gonna take that advice because I have been doing too much. I'll be honest with you. I have been doing so much, and I am gonna start trying to do more, laying back a little bit more now.
Yeah.
I know it's gonna be hard for me. I'm gonna need people like yourself and you keep reminding me, but I am gonna do more of that now.
Just enough of it.
Yes, sir.
Because you don't want to get lazy, but it's not lazy. It's a recharge. It's a refresh. It's a reset.
If I take one day though,
Just
for
take
me that's
a
great.
Take a day here and there. Every other week,
right.
take a day.
You're right. If I take one day, you're right. If I take one day, that for me, that's
Even if it's laying in a hammock and watching the clouds roll by. I'm serious. That is.
You're right.
I have a hammock.
You know, you are right.
And when I go and lay in
You
that
got
thing
one
and
in
just
the
watch the
backyard.
planes fly over in the clouds, it's like
awesome, dude.
that's unbelievably like.
Zen.
Yeah, it's soothing.
Yes.
And you're right, though, man.
You got to refresh your soul.
Definitely, you are right.
That's it. That's my advice.
Well,
Good advice.
Well, you know what? I don't want this to be the only time we just music and everything. I would like, because I appreciate you, brother, hanging out. I really appreciate you as a person, as an entity, everything, man.
Yeah,
appreciate DJ Lou.
Appreciate you.
Y'all give them out, and then tell everybody before you got here how to reach you and your social media again, please.
Easy enough. The socials, it's DJ Loot. That's DJ LOOT 916 everywhere. DJLoot.biz. You'll find all that there, plus some music and coming soon stuff. I haven't released anything in a while. The page has probably been the same for a while, but that's the socials, that's the website, and that's kind of it. It's branding.
Right.
Yeah. Branding. You got to brand. Have a website. That's the last advice. Have a website. Make sure that you're easy to find.
Yeah.
That's it.
Just in the words of Biggie Smalls, we'll end it with this. Give me the loot. Give me the loot.
Give me the loot. Give me the loot. That's what's up, man. Shout out.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah, cheers,
Peace.
Man. Blessings, bro. Y'all stay safe.
My emotions started running the moment I saw you. My heart was jumping, I couldn't